Hello everyone, I am Dave the Prayer Guy. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I greatly appreciate it. I hope that these are encouragement to you to use prayer as a field for God's mission, whether that be in your local context or would that be for missionaries, whatever those will be, because that is my mission. My mission, my ministry is to teach on this idea of missional prayer, to focus our prayers in on God's mission, the making and growing of disciples. And there's so many different aspects of how that happens, so many different roles in it. And one of the roles we've been talking about this month, it's October 2021, is our pastors. This is Pastor Appreciation Month, so I figured what better way to celebrate pastor appreciation than to have some videos all about how to pray for our pastors, because they are leaders in our mission. They are leaders of leaders, and they so much need our prayer for so many different ways. So yes, I've been talking about different ways to pray for them. So one of the ways this month so far I've talked about is praying for pastors, is their role as the equiper of the saints, especially the leaders of the church, because pastors are the leaders of your church, and so their role is to equip the saints, especially the leaders. And I also talked about praying for them as they spend time preparing for sermons. There's sermon prep time because there's a lot that goes into it, and they need our prayers for that. All right, so this week I'm going to focus in on praying for the families of the pastors. Now, most pastors are married. And so if you have a single pastor, that is great. There is a gift in being single and there's a gift of being married. But with our culture, and especially in the Protestant denominations, pastors most of the time are married and they have families. And so their family is the most important ministry that they have. And I will say this again. Say that again. The most important ministry of the pastor is the one he has with his family. All right. So pastors, they can be replaced at church. I mean, that does happen a lot, that a pastor would leave one church and go to another, and a new pastor would come in. So they can be replaced at church, but they cannot be replaced at home. They can't be replaced within their family. And so we need to pray that they will not neglect their family, that they will be the spiritual leaders of their homes. They will be the husband that his wife needs, and the father that his children's need, and of course the spiritual leader, that he will not neglect that will be his number one thing, that it's okay for our pastors to say no to something going on at church because what's going on at home is so much more important, because he can't be replaced at home, but he can find other leaders to do stuff within the church. And just need to pray for our pastors to really remember that. Okay, so also, um, our pastors' families will be under spiritual attack from Satan and demons. So we need to pray for the spiritual protection of these families, that they will get the protection that they need. Because let's face it, if you want to take down a church, let's take down the leader. And if you're going to take down the leader, you can take down their family as well. It's kind of a best place to do this. So let's be praying for spiritual protection for our pastors' families. We'll always seek Jesus. We'll always remember that it is truly about Jesus, what's going on. And pray for the support of, of the spouses of the pastors, that they have to do, and the support that they need as well, because sometimes being a leader can be very lonely. It's very lonely sometimes at the top, and so pastors need friends, and their wives and their spouses need friends as well. So you would notice that I'm focusing mainly on male pastors, men pastors, because that is the predominance in this country. That is mostly men who go into the pastorate. There are, of course, women pastors out there. Whatever your view is on that, um, it doesn't really matter, because frankly there are women pastors out there, and so they need our prayers just as much. They need to be the mother that their children needs, the wife that their husband need, Lord, that they be these godly wives, Lord. That we will pray for that. um, and then how do they manage, and how do they think about the wifely submission part of their role at home, and their spiritual, being the spiritual leader of the church, of the church, where they work, where they're called to shepherd. And, I don't know what that's like because one, I'm not a pastor, and two, well, I'm a guy. That's quite clear, but, they need prayer. How do they do that? How do they allow their husbands to be spiritual leaders at home while they are the spiritual leaders at the church? So pray for all that. So thank you so much for taking time to watch this video. Please like it, subscribe to the channel, and as always, may the Lord be with you.